The Hatchcast is brought to you by the Burgess Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. The Burgess Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation empowers students to learn through action by providing campus-wide programs, courses, and resources to test ideas, foster an entrepreneurial mindset, develop empathy, and create new ventures. Learn more at eship.msu.edu.
Well, thank you for coming on in, guys. Welcome back to, welcome to the Hatchcast. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Now, if you could, we're just going to do a roundtable here. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourselves and give us your year and the company you founded and how elated you are to be People's Choice Award winners.
My name is Raghunath Reddy. I'm from India. I'm a graduate student at Michigan State University, pursuing Masters in Business Analytics. My startup name is the Frame Kart. Yeah, so we are a multinational online eyewear retailer for eyeglasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses. I'm really happy to be chosen for People's Choice Award, and I want to thank everyone who voted for me. And I would like to extend my thanks to my mentors, especially Paul and Lori. So since the last 3 months, they have supported me with all the resources that I require to make sure that the business continues to run, and also continuous support with respect to the business plan, and also make sure that we are on the proper track with respect to making the right decisions for the business development.
Well, hey, everybody. Glad to be here. My name is Joshua May. I'm a senior with a major in advertising management and a minor in entrepreneurship and innovation. I founded the company Intertwined Entertainment. We are a creative solutions company. We specialize in music, marketing, and production service for recording artists and inspiring ones. It means a lot to me to win the People's Choice Award. Very exciting. As we say, the people have spoken, and we just love that we got voted in, and people really believe in our vision, believe in the concept and the work that we're doing. So we want to continue to strive forward and use that momentum to help our company grow.
That's fantastic. And you are graduating this spring, right?
Yes.
That's got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm graduating this year as well, so I don't know kind of what emotions you're going through, but there's a little bit of sadness knowing we only have, about 3 weeks left, and got to jump into the real world.
Immediately.
I will argue that this is a very real world that you've been in.
Fair.
I feel like most people who are of senior class, they're like, oh God, everybody tells me that this is not the real world. And I'm like, I could quote a Queen song. This is not just fantasy, but I'll tell you that I think you guys are prepared pretty well for a job market. So Josh, can you tell us where did you come up with Intertwined Entertainment?
Yeah, so it actually started with me and my friends were kind of sitting at our high school having a conversation in our art classroom. And it was after we had done a play. There's a popular film everybody might be familiar with, Annie. It's about this black little girl. She does like a Broadway play. Jamie Foxx is in the movie, and we had put on this play for our school. I did all of the music for the play. One of my friends did like the design, the costume designs, etc. And so we had got paid by the school to put it on. And we was like, oh man, back then we were like 16, 17. We were like, we can make money doing this. Why don't we start a company or something like that? And that's kind of where the idea was born. Originally, it was just supposed to be a management company where we help artists get signed to record labels. But then it kind of evolved into something more. And the show Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of was an inspiration for the logo and the yin and yang. With the episode with the water tribe and the moon spirits. And we kind of saw this balance of life. And we wanted to kind of take a play on that with our logo design And so that's how the company came together, and everything we do was designed to like inspire, kind of based off that episode. Cause that's, if you've ever seen it, it's like, it's about like being inspired by the moon spirit to like kind of push through anything. And so we kind of took that and ran with it. And that's how the company started going in the direction it is today.
Yeah. So is your studio here in East Lansing?
Yes, it is. I actually have a full service recording studio that was built out in my apartment right here in Cedar Village. And then we have another recording studio in Detroit at the home that I grew up in. That one's a little bit larger. That's about 2,000 square feet, where we have a full walk-in booth, mixing. We have a production table and a little suite there. And that's kind of how we've been operating off of for the past 2 years.
Yeah. So for you, you think of music in Detroit, you think of Motown, and the rap scene. Was there any drive there for you to bring that scene back to Detroit, and have that become a staple again?
Yes. So like that's one of Intertwined's like long-term goals, is not only to be a major player in the music industry, but we have been in conversations with people at Motown. We haven't got to a level yet to where we want to present them our ideas, but it's always been, how can we bring Motown back? How can we bring that same epicenter back to Detroit? Because we have been putting out amazing music in the city of Detroit. There's a lot of recording studios in the city, people that we're affiliated with even. There's a great company, goes by the name of Assemble Sound, that does a lot of independent artist discovery. And we have been in contact with them and to say, hey, how do we work together to collaborate to bring that culture back to the city? Because what was thriving in the 50s and 60s and the 70s, really, and anybody in the music industry would tell you, to set the groundwork and the framework for what the industry is today. Like Motown was kind of the originator of some of the greatest artists ever. Like all of those artists are legends now. And so I want to bring that history and that culture back to the city of Detroit.
So, do you plan on having are you building out a studio here in the Greater Lansing region, or are you, as you graduate and push Intertwined forward, are you thinking about one centralized location?
Right. So currently, I'm happy to say that Intertwined has high plans to open up a recording studio right here in East Lansing, commercial space, this summer. And so we're already on track to do it. We've been in contact with real estate. We've looked at a few spaces already, and we'll be right here. All of these spaces that we've looked at are right here, either on Grand River, Hagedorn, right local in the cross streets of Michigan State University. And so we'll be in walking distance for students.
Congratulations. That's amazing news.
Thank you.
So I'm going to keep on this track for just a second before we hop on over to Raghunath. But how do you think the Burgess New Venture Challenge, as well as the programming at the Hatch, has helped to mold you into the entrepreneur you are?
If I'm being 100% honest, I think it has been instrumental, no pun intended, in the development of my company, the development of the company, the networking opportunities, the connections that I made. I just came in with an open mind. I didn't necessarily come in expecting anything, but what I got in return really not only changed my life personally, but it helped my business continue to grow. The guidance and the mentorship that I get from the coaches, even from you, Aaryn, just having conversations, Brandon, even talking to you a few times, and just being able to take those conversations and build upon them and really go back and assess my business and what I'm trying to do, and then come back and be able to get honest feedback about it, has helped us continue to elevate. Because I'm all about adapting. Like we have problems. We've made big mistakes. I've hired too many people. I've done this and done that. But with the guidance of the Burgess New Institute, I've been able to quickly correct those mistakes and pivot and adjust.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So Raghunath, our other People's Choice Award winner, congratulations. Where did the Frame Kart come from?
the roots for the frame cut idea, like it struck at multiple times of my life. If I go back to my early stages of life, uh, I'll tell you one incident which really changed my thought process about the eyewear. Is in 2016 to in 2016 to 17, I have joined an it's a train journey of around like 15,000 kilometers across India for 15 days. It's called Jagrut Yatra, where 450 people, like-minded people like you, will participate in that journey. Most of them being aligned towards social entrepreneurship, and represented in countries around like more than 30 countries across the globe. So we travel across India, we go to from state to state and meet one inspiring entrepreneur of that particular state, and we understand their business model and the social cause they are solving. One of in India, one of the places, it's called Madurai. So there, it's called Aravind Eye Care. So the Aravind Eye Care has treated more than around millions of people across the globe, and especially they don't charge any money. They'll
Wow.
do it for free, and the doctors, they also get there are two kinds of doctors. One is paid and another one is unpaid. So doctors are also came and do the unpaid voluntary work, and they do surgeries for free. They don't charge anything. And patients also, they if they feel like contributing, they'll donate whatever it is, $1 or $2, even less sometimes. But the hospital vision is to eradicate blindness in the society. That is the main mission. And when we visit that, and we saw the live work, and it was amazing. And there were hundreds of people waiting for the treatment, and in the very small villages and small places, and they have established centers across the villages, and they are every day doing hundreds of treatments to all the people. And to our surprise, that is the social part, but to our surprise, their turnover is in millions of dollars. So that's when I understood that you can the social entrepreneurship is not about working for charity. It's about giving the value, and also making it the organization sustainable. So majorly, I really liked about the value, because especially in developing countries, and especially countries like India, people see the value in buying a product. So if we want to sell anything in India, that should be lower price but more value. So that's when we understood that billion market is there. Billion people are living here, and many people are suffering. Billions of people are having this ill, especially eye care, because this is a medical product, and it can have the potential to change a person's life, and it can have the potential to bring people out of poverty. So that's where I thought that this is one of the major areas I would like to work. And later I met my friend, one of the Jagrut Yatra participants. His name is Vamshi. So we used to meet often, and he started his venture, and we were meeting almost once in a week, twice in a week, and later we became very close friends. It's been 5 years for our friendship, and we are very thick. That's when in 2019 we have decided that we should do something, especially in the eyewear space, and this is one story. Another story is that I come from a village, a very backward village where the population is less than 100, and we don't have a transportation to our village. Like we have to walk like 5 kilometers to get the bus or any transport. So that kind of situation existed in India, and there are thousands of villages in the similar situation. Okay, and even in the small towns, even if I want to buy an eyewear in India right now, even right now, I have to travel 70 kilometers from and back. So almost like 150 kilometers I have to travel to get a pair of eyeglasses, and I have to travel twice because this has to be made. It is not a finished product. Like this has to be customized based on your prescribed doctor prescription. So that's where the opportunity lies. So with the advent of new technology like 4G, 5G, and e-commerce is going up, and people are almost, if you see now, almost most of the homes have smartphones in India, and people purchasing online has increased. So that's where we are trying to make ourselves available for them, and we have partnered with organizations like Kisan Union. They are last mile connectivity. So people who doesn't know English, or people who doesn't know how to order online or how to avail digital services, these company they go directly to door villages and help the people. So we partner with these kind of organizations and make services available. So our vision is making eyewear accessible and affordable. Accessible through these organizations like Kisan Union, where they are going to reach last mile connectivity like door to doorstep services, and affordability through a value based products. So like in our Indian entity right now, in our website, like we are able to offer a pair of glasses, prescription glasses, at $6.93.
Wow.
Yeah, so even a person with a very basic income potential should able to buy the specs, so that we will become a part of his life to bring him out of the poverty, or to make him educated or something, whatever the goal he wants to achieve. We want to become a part of it and help. And so far, like we have reached to almost all states of the country and union territories. Almost we have reached to more than 23,000 plus pin codes across the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like Josh, this was an idea that you developed in high school and then coming to Michigan State continued to work on?
Yes. And so we thought of Intertwined back in high school, and originally we were called Music is Life Entertainment. And I found out once I got like serious and actually got an LLC that name was taken. So I couldn't trademark this or do that. So we ended up changing the name, and Intertwined just came back to my story when we were watching it. Me and my friend was watching that Avatar episode. It's kind of when we came up with it. In 2018, we opened the first recording studio, and then I was already at Michigan State. I finished my freshman year, and in my sophomore year, I started telling people about it, and they were like really interested. But the thing was, they didn't want to have to drive to Detroit. Like, I was like, okay, that's a decent drive. And I was like, okay, how could I put one up here? And so I was actually a resident assistant. I was an RA at McDonald Hall. And I had my room and board with everything was covered. I was at McDonald's. It was a great experience. But I was like, I got to get this business out there. I got to chase my dream. So I took a leap of faith, got me a quick part-time job, got my own apartment, and was like, I'm just going to get a two bed, two bath, stay in one room, and the other room, studio. And and that's literally exactly what I did. I stacked up my money. I was working 2 jobs at one time, reinvested it back into business, and we opened it up and we started to kill it. And it just started to grow from there.
Yeah, just bootstrapping it. That's the entrepreneurial drive in you, just wanting to succeed and seeing your passion come to fruition no matter what. Raghunath, I want to touch on something. So through your platform, is there something built in? Because you mentioned that they don't have to go to a eye care provider, correct? Is there something built in that allows them to know what glasses they actually need?
Yes. So our e-commerce platform is built in such a way that they can choose the lenses based on the prescription. So for the frame, we have a guide where they can measure the frame size. If they have an existing frame, we have given some instructions on how to measure the frame. And for the lenses, we have a description for each lens and what kind of lenses that have been prescribed by the doctor. They can choose that. And once we get to know them and we contact the person and we confirm with them, like, is the do you have any other recommendations that has to be incorporated, or if we do not understand the prescription, we'll call the doctor and then we try to make sure that we make the perfect lens for them.
I think it's so fascinating because as somebody who wears eyeglasses, and as I've aged, I now have to wear reading glasses. I think about people moving around the planet who don't have corrective lenses to fix myopia or farsightedness, and I can't imagine walking around and not being able to see, or it inhibits your ability to do things.
Do anything, yeah.
I can imagine that. You don't believe that 2 years back, only my parents got their specs.
Really?
Glasses. Till then, they were living in the situation which you just said. I also didn't know that. I do not know. I think that's my fault. I also did not, I didn't thought about it. But actually, both of my parents have eyesight. So as soon as I realized, I took them to hospital and made the inspection, and then brought them specs.
How so in terms of helping individuals in India who especially live in rural locations, how difficult is it to be able to get a regular eye exam, or
so that's the most difficult part right now here, because we are a bootstrapped company, and we are limited with the finance, especially to set up something in all the villages. So that's why we partner with social organizations. Right now there is something called FOPO device invented by LB Prasad Eye Institute that is helpful to detect the eyesight power based on a few based on they have developed a device that can be used to detect the eyesight power, like what is the distance for both right and left eyes. So as of now we are managing with that, but in the later part, we would like to partner with more such kind of organizations, non-profit organizations, and then bring eyewear close to them. Yeah, we want to help them, because people doesn't understand it, because there will be at least almost like 12 parameters that has to be read in a prescription. So for an illiterate person, it is difficult. So they have to rely on other even before 2 years, I also have to rely on the doctor to read it for me. Okay, what is this value? What is this value? What happened to my left eye, right eye? Why this is plus? Why this is minus? So like that, this education is needed. And right now, if you see in the last 1 year, every one of us are spending more than 5 to 6 hours on the phones.
Yep.
On phone of, I mean, digital devices, be it on the phone or the computer. Think of the next generation. What about the kids? Like my sister kids, they are 3 years, 4 years old. They are also sitting in front of computers and phones, and they are listening to online classes. I am really wondering now, like, what should I do? because because we need something, protection for our eyes. That's where we have identified a product need. That's why we have made a separate segment for them, like with people who doesn't have eyesight. They don't have prescription, but they use more, they spend more time on the digital devices. That's why we came up with digital computer glasses with the blue cut lenses that is going to filter the blue lighting emitted from the digital devices. And as of now, around like 30 to 40% of our sales are coming through this segment.
That's amazing.
Yeah, in a way, you are helping the people to not to make sure that their eyes are safe. And the other challenge is, especially is with the kids. I mean, we are actually trying to figure it out a solution, especially for the kids, because the next generation, as we all know, that it is going to be a digital education. So we have to take certain measures, and there are some safe practices of taking online education. So we partner with educational institutions in India and educate the students actually. So we first educate the parents. We give them brochure and pamphlet, what is the distance that has to be between the digital screen and the person, how to sit, and what is the eye contact level with the monitor level. So these are all people doesn't know. I mean, we can't expect the kids to have this knowledge. That's why we are looking at a harmonic level. On one side we are working with educational institutions, bringing awareness on the safe practices of online education, especially for the children, because children are the next generation, or the future. So we have to take care of them. On the other side, we are working with social organizations, bringing eyewear offered accessible to them and making it affordable.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome.
And that was something that me and him had actually discussed on the night of the event. I mentioned to him that I was looking for a pair of blue light lenses. With this increased time on Zoom and everything, I noticed it's bothering my eyes a little bit more. So yeah, just a little tidbit that me and him had discussed that beforehand.
Wait, I'll definitely help you with that. And that's why we want to come up with, especially for Spartan students. See, there are more than 50,000 students here, and this is the need of the hour to educate, the next coming generations and existing students, about the safe practices of online education, and offer these digital blue cut lenses at an value added price, especially to the students. We do not want to make this as a business opportunity. We want to help the students and give this as a value product. It should be a value added service for the students. That is the next step we would like to do in the summer.
Awesome. Is there anything that we have not asked that you would like?
I would like to maybe touch on who your guys' mentors were.
Oh yeah.
For the competition. I know Josh, and I might get this wrong. Did you have Curtis as one of your mentors?
No, I actually didn't. But Curtis came on as one of my full-time mentors outside of the competition.
Yeah, it seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah, that was like right up the alley. And I actually just found out last night that my creative director's father is a Michigan State alumni. He is Dwayne Goldburn. He played on our football team. Him and Curtis Daniels are very good friends, and he didn't realize that Dwayne knows that his son works at Intertwined as well, and so they want to connect because they didn't know that we were all working together. And so it was just small world. Like people know people, the Spartan community extending on. But my two coaches that I have for the Burgess New Venture Challenge was Kyle Welch and Chris Thomas. Very, very great guys. It drilled me to the core, asked me very detailed questions, and I have built very professional relationships with them. I've since went on to speak with them about other investment opportunities, about expanding my brand, real estate development, building studios in different states. I'm learning a lot about zoning laws, equity now. And so it for me was just getting them as a connection, as a resource, went way beyond the challenge itself. Because now I kind of added them to those pool of mentors that I have, and I'm utilizing them as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of getting to know Chris pretty well, and with him being in that Detroit ecosystem, I'm sure he was pretty fired up to see somebody that wants to elevate Detroit and help bring it back as well.
Yeah, definitely. Chris was ecstatic. He's connect me with some guys that he used to work with in the music scene, because Chris does a lot of private investing himself, and it was just kind of a joy to talk to him. We have some exciting things coming down the pipeline. I have some big deals that I can't speak on, but I will say that you'll be hearing a lot about Intertwined. We're going to be doing some big things in the next year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Where can people find you? What's the web address, and what social?
Yeah, so Intertwine, we can be found anywhere, just one by Googling Intertwined Entertainment. We've made it our business to try to strengthen our SEO, so we're the top shooter to come up. But our website is www.intertwinedent.com. That's it. And that's going to be all of our social medias as well. So our YouTube channel, our Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, all have the same handle. All you need to remember is Intertwined ENT, short for entertainment.
Fantastic. Raghunath, where can folks find you?
Yeah. So for actually, I have I would like to share the future of
Please.
business. So right now, for the Indian entity, you can visit www.theframekart.com. So we'd like to make that as a central, especially for developing countries and especially offer value added products there, so that it is majorly concentrating on the developing countries. And coming to the developed countries, so for the developed countries, we are coming up with a new brand. It's called Lenzi. So especially for Western markets. So here we'll be having 3 to 4 segments: value added segment, and premium segment, and luxury segment as well. And also kid segment, especially for the kids, because we want to concentrate on them, because right now with the situation going on, we do not know what's the future. So that's why we want to make sure that their eyes are safe. Yes, so these are the 3 to 4 segments we would like to concentrate, and especially for the Western markets. And soon in the next couple of weeks, we are going to launch a new website, especially for US customers. We want to design it with incorporating US culture and values,
By the way, who served as your mentors for the Frame Kart?
Yeah, so like in US, it is Lowry and Paul. Paul is a go-to guy for me for anything. We have been talking every day about the business. How he has so much passion, and he introduced me to a lot of people, and especially who are CEOs of other companies. And I've spoken with almost 10 CEOs of big companies, and every one of us are interested in our startup. and they have given a lot of valuable feedback and also insights, and that has helped. And yeah, Paul is the especially in US, Paul, every minute, we'll be chatting, about we'll be constantly conversating on the startup ecosystem, what is the next step, what is the next step. So it's constantly you achieving the short term goals, aiming for the big one. So and I would like to thank my friend Vamshi. So he's like you know we t- uh, we talk like hours and hours, sometimes 3 hours, 4 hours, phone calls. Usually it should be happening with the girlfriends, but even my parents and his parents also wonders. But we talk a lot about the startup ecosystem. We have plenty of ideas. We always look into how can we make the better, how can we make it better. Okay, existing, there are many solutions. What can we do ourselves to make it better, and what are the areas that we can tap into and help the people. So that has been our motto since 2017. So I think we came both of our mindsets matched, especially with that vision of helping the society. It's not about, a startup is not about making money or making millions of dollars. It's not about that. It's about what is the change, or what is the innovation that you did that has changed the lives of the people. So that, with that mindset, I mean, we both have that mindset, and that's why our conversations are never boring, with hours and hours talks.
Nice.
And yeah, I have to thank my parents. They always believed in me, because we came from a background where we don't have 3 meals a day in sometimes, but we survived the hunger. But that's a good part of it. When you come up with such a hunger background, and the value of each penny, and the value of food, the value of money, and the value of the society, I mean the needs of the society, because you have experienced so many basic. See, here in US, it's been like 2 months, 3 months into the US. There are many things that are granted here by the government, but there are many basic needs that are not there in developing countries. So that's where I'm coming from. So whenever, I see there are many privileges, especially in developed countries, that basic needs are not there in countries like India. So that's where we want to bring the change, helping the people as much as we can. Yeah, that's why I mean, starting with eye vision, because there are millions of people who needs the eye care correction. And actually we want to reach to the, our vision is to reach billion people. That is the bigger vision we have. We want to make eyewear accessible, affordable, and reach to billion people. Our sales should go to billion people. That is the vision we have right now.
That's an amazing market. That's a gigantic market.
Yeah, because there are 2.9 billion people who is in need of eyewear. So I just want to tap at least 30-35%, reach them, and then give them.
And just real quickly, who was your BNVC mentors?
I have been assigned 3 mentors: Omari, and Mark.
Mike Miller?
Yeah, but I didn't much interacted. I mean, we didn't had interaction. So I had interaction with Mark and Omari. I'll speak about both of them. Yeah. So my mentors are Omari and Mark Red. Both of them are really good. So I had a call with them. And with Mark, I had like 3 to 4 conversations. He's a sweet guy, and he has helped me with the presentation, and his inputs was great. And Omari has helped me with the outlining the customer segments. Yeah, specifically, I don't want to go to specific, but both of them are really good. Like they were very flexible. Like they treated me like a good student. And they helped me a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Josh, Raghunath, it has been a pleasure, and we are so proud of you guys. Congratulations on this year's Burgess New Venture Challenge win as People's Choice Award winners. We can't wait to see what you guys do ahead. We really can't.
This episode of the Hatchcast is brought to you by the MSU Entrepreneurship Association. The MSU EA is a registered student organization open to all majors who are passionate about entrepreneurship. Find out more at msuea.org.
Hatchcast is an ongoing
Hatchcast is an ongoing collaboration
This podcast was co-created
By Aaryn Richard, Tyler Mihai,
and Kurt Krieger.
It is produced by the Burgess Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation,
in cooperation with the MSU
Foundation.
Gabe Hales,
And Justice Keach are our sound engineers and
editors. Our co-producers include Brandon Weaver,
Gabe Hales.
Justice Keach and Aaryn Richard,
Original sound is created by Katya Gardina,
with help from Aubrey Haas,
Brandon Weaver,
Caitlin Setter,
Sydney Owinga,
Kurt Krieger, Tyler Mihai,
Gabriella Lum,
Jeff Smith,
Paul Jakes, Ken Smusiak.
Desiree Melfi-Bozo,
Neil Kane,
and Lori Fisher.
If you have any questions or comments, please
Feel free to reach out at
Hatchcast@msu.edu.
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 Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.